Hey guys, so I wanted to drop in and do a quick little video concerning the AJ Johnson viral video where she talks about her threesome on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast. And for those of you guys who do not know who AJ Johnson is, she's actually been in the game for a while. She's an actress. I first know her from House Party, and then the another movie, big movie that I know her from is Baby Boy, and then another I know her from like Celebrity training, where I think she had some she was a trainer for like celebrities and stuff like that, because she's like really into workout. I mean, she's actually badass. Like her body's banging at her age, or even even taking the age out, her body's banging. But that's a whole nother story. She's also a life coach, and I think right now she actually has her own show on TV where she basically is like a life coach or whatever, helping people get their life together. She's kind of like a Yana Van Zant, but she's kind of has her own little twist on it. But let me go ahead and play her video, and then I'll come back with my commentary. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm just not feeling it at all. Like, it's a no for me. But let me go to the video.
Threesomes when it's two women and a man. But do you think we'll ever come to a place in society where it'll be like a threesome is two men and a woman, and they'll be okay with that?
No.
What does that mean?
I mean,
though?
but some men they do it, but again, it's just to them is a train. It's not a threesome.
But even for women, a lot of women will never do that.
Yeah, when they ask me, they're like, "Would you do a threesome?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring in. Let me pick the guy." They're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, I get so mad.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've
Let me
only
pick the guy.
done that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And
Two
and
men?
two men, and they traded off. It was like they were friends, and they traded off. It's the best 50th birthday ever.
Oh yes.
Okay, and they traded off, so it was never like them together.
Together, okay.
It was like they were flip flopping me. You know, one would please me, then he'd pass me to the other, and one would kiss me, and then he'd spin me around for the other.
Did
It
that
was
feel
like
powerful?
a beautiful dance. Oh my
Nice.
goodness!
Wow.
It was
tennis
like
match.
it was like doing salsa with two guys at the same time. Just like romantic and sexy,
Nice.
and never intertwined, but at the same time it was two.
So they were friends with each other.
They were friends.
Okay.
And I knew they were friends. Mm-hmm. And it was all about that Cocoa Patron.
Oh, shit. The purple label.
That
coffee
that
Patron?
coffee Patron.
Cafe.
That cafe.
Yes.
That cafe
No,
Patron.
I've had some wild nights on that myself.
That cafe Patron.
So wait, so the next day, how did they act to each other, or like afterward? Did they ever acknowledge it, or was it just a one thing and nobody ever discussed it?
No, we all went to breakfast, and it was like three friends that hung out and had a good time. It was weird because it's not like I was
sounds
into
fun.
that, and I had never done it before.
It's a
it
birthday
was a good
present.
time.
But it was happy birthday to me. And it was like, okay. And as it was happening, I was like, this is happening. Like I was like, this is actually happening.
This
It's
is really
happening.
a real thing.
I would kiss one and he would spin me. I was like, oh my God, this is happening. And then I just kind of relaxed and let it happen. And the next morning we were like the Three Musketeers.
All right, guys. So I'm going to start off by saying that this is a no-go for me. This is a no. This is a hell to the no, no. And I'm going to tell you what I'm saying no to exactly. So this is not about policing AJ's vagina. She can do what she want to do. This is not about policing who she's with and how she's doing it and how she's getting down. She's literally old enough to be my mother. So, I mean, like, she can do what she want to do. But for me, it's like, publicly talking about sex, like there has to be some type of boundaries, because everybody don't need to know your business, boo. Now, if you are like me and you're much younger than AJ, I would strongly advise to keep that information to yourself. Believe me, when you meet a dude and you're getting to know the dude, and you are, you're vibing or whatever, you guys are spending time, in due time, he'll find out exactly how you like it, how you want it, what you want to do with it, and all of that. Like, that's between you and that man. What you do behind closed doors, in my opinion, as a woman, it is not the public's business, because I have seen how that can be used against women. Now, let me say this. If you don't give a damn and you don't care about your reputation, you don't care about, whatever, if you are of a certain age and you've been there, done that, you don't want to be married or you don't want partnership with a man or whatever like that, then cool. Go live your life, do whatever you want to do. But if you want partnership with a man, you want to one day be married, you are concerned about, something like this, your children seeing this or your grandchildren or whatever, then I would strongly advise to keep this to yourself. Because this is the thing. This information wasn't leaked because one of the dudes that she was with leaked it. She told too much. She can, there's a way for you to still indulge in a conversation about sex, but still keep things private to yourself. And as women, there is a double standard. Unfortunately, it is. And we have to be honest about that. Yes, there are so many different things that men can do that women cannot do. Let me rephrase that. Women can do whatever. I take that back. People can do whatever. You can do whatever. But for women, the consequences are much more harsher than they are for men. Women are going to be ostracized for participating in certain activities, particularly as it relates to sex, than men are. A man can go out and sleep with 100 women in one night and tell the world that's what he did. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of people like, that's nasty, but 2-3 days later it's not a big deal. And the man, especially if he's a nice looking man, he's got money, he can go out and pull whoever he wants to pull. Women, you do that, you're gonna pay for it, because you're not only gonna be ostracized, but to build your reputation back up is going to take time if you're able to ever do it. Let me give you some real true life examples. There was back in the 2000s, you had a woman named Superhead. Her name was Korean Steffens or something like that. And everybody called her Superhead because she put out a tell-all book about the many celebrities that she had slept with. So these were the dudes that was just in the book. There had been many dudes outside of the book that the woman had been with. And she was like a video vixen and all of that stuff. And so she put this book out, and her reputation has not recovered since then. Since then, this woman has tried to have companionship with men. She's tried to, be in relationships and things like that, and it just never worked out. And her herself have said that book and what she told to the world publicly has followed her until right now today. Yes, she was able to make a lot of money. Yes, she was able to, go from living one way and living a whole different way. But at the end of the day, the woman is still paying for that. She's still paying for that. People, the word superhead, like when you say superhead, everybody know who you're talking about. She will never be able to live that down. So it's been hard for her to find companionship. Now, again, there are men that she was doing it with. The men that she was doing it with, they didn't been with women and they didn't went on and live their life. It's like, who cares? Women, there's a much double standard among women, and we got to be honest about that. Is it right? No, it's not. But it is what it is. And again, it's okay for you to feel like, oh, I like to do X, Y, and Z. I want to do X, Y, and Z. Fine, you can do X, Y, and Z. You can feel, you can be sexy. You can talk about sex. But I would strongly advise to do that privately. When I talk about sex, I talk about sex with my homegirls, my small circle, or with the man that I'm with, my man. That's it. That's it. And if there is a time where I talk about it publicly, it'll be like informational. It would be like under the informational context. I'm not going to sit up and talk about what I did. No, that's nobody's business. And when you put too much out there like that, I've never seen it to where it worked out good. You know what I'm saying? Because again, If you don't want companionship, you don't want to be married, okay, fine. This ain't for you then. But if you do, I strongly advise not to do what AJ did. If you want to sit and talk about sex with your man or your homegirls. But publicly, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. And in my opinion, it's just not a good look. People's reputation doesn't come back from that. Not when you're a woman. And so the way that AJ talked about the threesome as if it was not a train was weird, because I guess in her mind she doesn't consider it a train because two dudes were not entering her at the same time, I assume. But from my understanding, a train is when one dude gets with you and then the next dude comes after him and gets you. And like he's humping you and then the next dude after him comes and gets his turn. Like they're taking turns. And the way that she described it is that they were taking turns. And so, and I do know one of the ladies on the podcast did bring up a good point where she said that when a woman does a threesome, so one woman and two men, it's considered a train. But when a dude does a threesome, two women and one man, it's just considered just like a flat out threesome. And again, that speaks to that double standard. I just, just you guys, like ladies, like we really got to stop acting like we don't know that the double standard is there and exists. And like we're just so surprised that it's there and that it exists. Like, let's just be honest about this. We know it's there and we know it exists. And the thing about it is, this woman, she did that. Nobody ever heard of it. Nobody. So for her to put that much out there, to me, it's given attention. It's given, I don't know. I mean, she's had plenty of time. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I'm old school. You can call me what you want to, but at the end of the day, my business is not out in the streets, and my business will never be out in the streets. If it was up to me, I'm not gonna put no. If you want to find out about me and my, how I like to get down sexually, you need to become my man or my best friend. That's it. I'm not gonna get on nobody's podcast and talk about no. It's nobody's business. Nobody's like, I'm not feeling it. And yeah. So that's all I had, you guys. I just had to get that out my chest. I just feel like she's doing too much. She's doing too much. If you are listening to this video and you are, a young woman, or even if you're an older woman, but more specifically the young women, don't follow this woman's footsteps. Don't let this woman get you caught up. Because remember, this lady didn't live the life. She didn't had the kids. She probably didn't been married or whatever, been in long-term relationship. This woman, baby, she's probably old enough, if you're listening, to be your mom, your grandmother. Like, no, don't let her get you caught up. Don't think this is cute, or, you can be honest. But again, this is not about being honest. This is about revealing too much information that no people don't need to know. Like she's just doing too much. So I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. If you are new and this is your first time, I want to thank you. I also want to invite you to become a subscriber and go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you are a returning person, thank you. And I love you. I appreciate you. So on that note, I'm out of here. You guys have a good day or night, depending on where you are. Bye-bye.